Hello everybody. I am here recording a video for you. I'm still feeling pretty sick. Xander is here too in the back being very, very quiet. He told me he can't believe that I'm a YouTuber, which I'm not really, but anyway, so today we're going to be doing some initial notes on R.5 rational expressions. We'll finish them tomorrow, as well as do any retakes on the benchmark that we need to. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow if I keep testing negative, which currently I am. So we'll see. All right. So rational expressions are just expressions that have a fraction in them in some way or another. We're going to start with just simplifying complicated expressions like this. You can't just cross off like the x squared on the top and the bottom because you got this plus here, and this plus kind of freezes this whole thing together. So unless you specifically take something out of this or factor it, you can't really get in there. So we're going to factor out the top first, which is going to be an x box. You can pause the video right now and try it on your own if you want to. Let's see, negative 8 and 7, so that'd be 8x and negative 1x. 2x here, x there, negative 1 there, and 4 here. So the top of my fraction is 2x minus 1 and x plus 4. All over. All right, now the second one, when I'm looking at this, I think, oh, okay, the first thing I think is, what can I take out? And so that'd be a 5x out of both. You're left with an x plus 4. Okay, so now I have these things that are multiplied by each other. And things that are multiplied by each other, you can totally cancel out. So see how I've got an x plus 4 on the top and the bottom? So those cancel out. And you end up with a 2x minus 1 over 5x, which is the final answer. Don't know how much of this you did with Mrs. Sick Ink. But if it wasn't a bunch, then we're doing it now. No big deal. All right, let's try again. This one is 6 minus 3x over x squared minus 4. All right, now the top one, I immediately see I can take a 3 out, so that's 3, let's see, 2 minus x here. And on the bottom, you can see that this is a special product, an a squared minus b squared, or you could just put it in an x like this and say negative 4 goes on the top, on the bottom is 0. So that means that this must be 2 and negative 2 because they have to multiply to get negative 4 and add to get 0. So I end up with x minus 2 and x plus 2. Now these ones seem very alike. Like maybe we could cancel them out, but they're not quite alike because this one has a negative 2 in it, this one has a negative x in it. So I actually am going to do a math trick that a lot of people do, is I'm going to multiply this top one by a negative 1. And that will change it to the bottom, or to make it look like the bottom. So if I multiply this by a negative 1, it's 3 times, that makes it a positive x and a minus 2, and I'm going to put that negative 1 there as well because a negative times a negative makes a positive. So it's kind of like I multiplied it by a negative 1 twice, and this one went in here and changed it, and this other one just stays out here. And that makes it so that I can start canceling stuff out. You only do this trick when you see that you've got something on the top and the bottom that are complete opposites of each other like that. So those are canceled out. I end up with negative 3 on top and an x plus 2 on the bottom. Okay, so that's the first kind of problem you're going to be doing, just factoring and simplifying. Remember, you can pause at any time. Example 3. Now we're going to try multiplying and dividing. The first one is going to be pretty simple. This one is just like normal. Notice that they don't have any pluses in here, no minuses, so we can really start canceling out right away. I'm going to take a 3 out of the top and the bottom. If I take 27, actually I'll take a 9 out of the top and the bottom. 27 divided by 9 is a 3. 9 divided by 9 is a 1. I'll take a 2 out of here and here, that's a 1, and this one becomes a 4, which leaves me with 3y squared over 4x to the 5th. You can't simplify that y and that x because one is a y and one is an x. So those don't simplify. If this was a y to the 5th, then I could reduce it to make it y to the 3rd on the bottom. All right, next example. This one's a little tough. 3m squared minus 2m minus 8 over 3m squared plus 14m plus 8 times 3m plus 2 and 3m plus 4. These look very scary, but they're not bad at all. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to factor this one, and then cancel out what we can. So if you want to pause the video right now and go ahead and try to do an X box on your own, 2 X boxes actually, to get them all figured out and then see how you did, you can. I'm just going to run through it really quick. Too many sniffles. 3m squared, 8 positive 24m squared, and the bottom is a 14m. All right, let's see. This one has to be probably 6 and 4. And this one's negative. So in common here, I've got 3m. Here is 4. So it must be a negative 2 and probably an m. Yep. Okay, so the top of the first one is m minus 2 and 3m plus 4. Now, not saying names, though you know who you are. If you're one of the kind of people where your work is all over the place, then make sure that you are really confident about getting your work in order for this one, because it's easy to not know what you're putting where. This one must be 12 and 2. M, 3m, 4, 2. So this one is m plus 4 and 3m plus 2. Okay, now I start reducing the best I can. So I know that those two cancel each other out. These two cancel each other out, and I am left with m minus 2 over m plus 4. You can put those in parentheses or not. Remember, they're locked together with those minuses and pluses, so you can only take out factors at a time when you're canceling. All right, one more. Example 5 is 3p squared plus 11p minus 4 over 24p to the 3rd. Oh, you're just looking at my arm right now. My bad. Minus 8p squared divided by 9p plus 36 and 24p to the 4th minus 36p to the 3rd. This one's just like the opposite, or just like the other one. It's just that, remember that when you're dividing fractions, you turned it to a times and you flipped the second one. So it looks like this one, I'm going to have to do an X box for. You can see why we practiced factoring so much and made such a big deal out of it. Negative 12p squared and 11p. Let's see, that would be 12p and a negative 1p. Oh, sorry. All right, 3p p, -1 and 4. So the top is 3p minus 1 and p plus 4. I'm not crying. I know I sound like I'm crying, but I'm not. On this one, we're going to use the old rule of what can you take out first. So that would be 8p squared. I'm left with, let's see,